Oh, shoot. We don't have. Did you hear that? Where? Turn on the camera. Hello and welcome into the Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you. Alongside me is Grayson Blaylock, a full crew for you here tonight for a big matchup against the Mead Mavericks and the Erie Tigers. It's girls basketball here on the ETN, and we're excited to bring it to you. If you take a look at the standings here in the Tri-Valley, Erie sitting in fourth at 4-2. They're only half a game behind Windsor, who they have the tiebreaker over. So ineffective. They're almost in that third spot, but they lost to the top two teams, so they're going to have to get them back later in the season. They want to run at the league championship, but that starts tonight. It's a tough matchup. The team that sits just below them, the Mead Mavericks. Right now, though, we have the national anthem in-house, so we'll talk more about this later. We're going to take a timeout for the national anthem. Actually, we'll keep it right here on the ETN. And that was the Mead Band with the national anthem, and one of the best in the district, maybe even the state, the Mead Band. Very good. Chad Lemons, the band director here at Mead High School. Well, Grayson, we were just talking about the standings as we take another little peek at them. A matchup tonight in Mead. What can we expect out of this Mead girls team?
It's a very young Mead girls team, a lot of sophomores, juniors, freshmen, and like Erie, they're guard-oriented. Several guards to watch, Kyra Hahn and Mary Maher.
All right, and we also want to just take a quick peek at the RPI in the state right now. Erie sitting at 8. That's important for seeding. Of course, 32 teams make the state tournament, 48 teams. Always forget that first round, it's kind of it's a wash after that. So 48 teams make the state tournament. Erie would definitely be getting a bye sitting in the 8th seed. Very good so far in the season for Erie. Never know. Tri-Valley's pretty strong league. That might continue to climb if the Tigers can continue to win games. You see Berthoud and Holy Family ahead of them in the RPI. They will play them both again this season. And you talk about the X Factor. Who is the X Factor for the Tigers tonight? Well, how about maybe is Alyssa Barnett? She only averages 6.7 on the year, but Grayson, the 2 losses, she had less than, and that says less than 2, less than 4 points. Anytime she has less than 4 points, the Tigers lose. That's the one correlation we found. Hard when a sample size is only 2, but we thought, you know, in those 2 games, Alyssa kind of struggled in terms of matchups in size, didn't get a whole lot of shots off, whether it be foul trouble or just the matchup. If they can get Alyssa going, it's typically a good sign for the Tigers.
It is, and Alyssa and Anna should have a good night against this small Mead team today.
All right, they are announcing the starting lineups here in the gym, and you see the scoreboard says Windsor. That will be corrected here. We're trying to get our scoreboard graphics up. It also shows a score for you. So we're actually going to take a quick timeout while they finish the starting lineups here in the gym on the ETN.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to CarawayOrtho.com.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. There's our scoreboard, all nice and shiny and fixed for you. Well, Grayson, we kind of talked about the matchup. We have a packed house in terms of media tonight, so these 2 games should be pretty good from both the boys and girls standpoint. And for the Tigers, they'll start with their normal starting lineup tonight. Grace Moyers in the backcourt along with Genevieve Godino. Also, Deb Altschuler, she'll typically play kind of on the wing. Edie Moros, kind of another wing player. Then Anna Hefner is the anchor at center down low for the Tigers. For the Mead Mavericks, they will come out here and be a little bit patient. They have dual numbers, so we just want to make sure we had that. Mary Marr will start wearing number 3, I think. Maddox Boston, Maddie Muntz, Charlotte Brennan, and Kyra Hahn, and they're wearing their white uniforms with the burnt orange lettering. So Mead wins the opening tip. They'll attack front court left here. Tigers will start out in the man defense. Moyers guarding the point. Now 3-ball on the way, and the first shot switches home for
Maddox Boston.
There you go. Like I said, our numbers, we've got double numbers here, so trying to get that corrected as the Tigers turn over the ball. So a quick start here for the Mavericks at home. Tigers have had an interesting last little bit here in terms of their games played. They've had some tough competition, a little bit of a respite against Skyline, and then they're back at kind of facing the top half of the league tonight. So even though they're sitting in 4th, they'll have a little bit of the easier opponents in the league coming up. Stevenson has in the backcourt, a head for Boston. Now in the post. And that one is just off the mark. Rebound away by Moyers. Moyers has been red hot for this Tiger team, as there's a travel called. Only 1 bucket so far. Moyers' season average now up to 16.8 points per game. She is riding a streak of scoring 20 or more points, I believe, in the last 6.
7, 8 maybe? It's pretty long.
It's a lot. Now up the floor go the Mavericks. They break the Tiger press, but overthrowing and picking up the loose change is Hefner. She gets bumped out of bounds. They'll say that she is fouled, and they will call that foul on Maddox Boston. That is her first, team first for the Mavericks.
Altschuler will bring the ball up the floor for Erie.
Now Godino has it, trying to work her way through traffic, and so far in this one, the Mavericks have come out and played pretty stifling defense so far. Now driving in the lane, the pass across the lane's partially blocked, and back the other way go the Tigers. Moyers into the lane, off the window, gets it to go. And that's one thing Moyers has not done a lot of, is points in the paint, and she has the first bucket for the Tigers.
She can score in the paint, but as she's gotten hot from three, she's opted to take those threes instead of slashing to the basket.
And there's a deep two there for the Mavericks. That one is Maddie Muntz. Only called a 2 on the scoreboard. Now kick to the corner. Brennan looking for help, trapped, nice feed, and now a backdoor feed, and a high arcing shot off the window is no good. You can see the mismatch down low in terms of size, so the Tigers are gonna have to be aggressive. Rebounded ball, they get that one, bounced ahead to Moyers, it's swatted away, it should stay here with Erie, and it does. It did look like from one angle, and I think some of the students on the opposite side are going, what the heck, that was off Moyers. It kind of looked like that, but it was a swat by the Maverick player. Now Barnett, our X factor of the game, is in for the Tigers.
She immediately draws a jump ball.
Ava Welty also in the game. Welty fires it in, and Barnett can't hit from the left side. Rebounded, stripped. Welty's in there, gets it. She'll pick up the loose change. Welty will fire the deep two, and Welty hits. Good sequence there for Ava Welty. She scrappy down low like she usually is, got the steal, ended up getting the pass back to her, and made the jumper from deep. A deep two there for Ava. Now Mavericks with a 1-point lead, working around the arc. And a steal there by Moyers. Moyers coming in from the left side, checks over her shoulder, layup is no good. And Godino gets the rebound and couldn't quite finish there, but she will go to the line. Another foul coming here on the Mavericks, and that is going to be called on Charlotte Brennan, her first, team second foul here. Quick scoreboard operator, by the way, tonight. As soon as that whistle blew, they put a foul up for the Mavericks, as Godino will head to the line here for the Tigers, and she hits the front end. Godino, a 64% free throw shooter on the year. Godino really stuffs the stat sheet across the board. 13.3 points. That one short. Rebound away here by Mead. Up the floor now for the Mavericks. Trapped in the corner is Griebling, and they'll call that out. Last touch by a Tiger. 4:01 remaining. Brandon Bird here with you. Grayson Blaylock on the color. Blake Donaldson, he is our graphics technician here tonight, and McKenna Buckskin running our camera, as that is lost out of bounds by the Mavericks. And it'll be Erie basketball, and one of the rostered players for the Mavericks, not on our roster, we think it's Abby Miller. Now Morrow tried to fire it across to Hefner and out of bounds. Kind of a slow, sloppy first quarter of play between both these teams. A lot of turnovers, a lot of pressure on defense.
It has been, and these two teams are familiar with each other. A lot of their players play club ball together. I know Hahn and Boston play club ball with several of these Erie girls, so some of that familiarity, good defense.
Overthrown, another turnover for the Mavericks. 3:35 remaining here in the first quarter of play, as Moyers will walk it up here over the midline for the Tigers. Off to Welty, looks low for Hefner. Nice pass by Welty. Great layup by Hefner with the finish from the left side, and Anna's got her first bucket of the game, but that was set up by the beautiful pass into the post from Ava Welty.
Welty's first assist of the night. She's playing as good a game as she has offensively in a while.
Now pass ahead, spin in the lane. That one is rejected there by Morrow. Edie looking for an outlet, and she gets fouled. So the Mavericks will pick up another foul, and that's Maddox Boston. That's her second. So she's probably going to have to sit here for a little bit. 2 fouls here in the first 5 minutes of this game. Now Moyers will bring it up here for the Tigers.
And those 2 fouls for Boston, not a recipe for success for Mead.
Another great pass by Welty. Good positioning by Hefner. And Welty with back-to-back assists to Hefner, and the Tigers have a 4-point lead. Anna Hefner, by the way, averages just a titch under 10 points per game. That's 4th on the team. And foul on Anna Hefner. That is her first, team first of this first quarter of play. Gadina will check back in along with Deb Altschuler. Tigers in his zone. To the corner go the Mavericks. Now they'll reset between the circles. Mead on the attack, faking a 3, driving in, bounce passes kicked away by Altschuler. Almost stole in there for the steal.
Erie, since that early 3 and then the layup, they haven't allowed anything to the Mavericks inside.
Tigers in a 2-3 zone here. Mead, good ball movement that time. 3 ball coming by Griebling. That's off the mark. Rebound is tapped out to Hefner. Hefner will push it with Altschuler. Tigers trying to beat the defense, but good transition defense that time by the Mavericks. Welty with it, trying to feed it low for Hefner. That's the 3rd straight time from Welty to Hefner, and they're just exploiting that. Hefner's got 6, 3 assists for Welty in the last 3 trips. And entry passing so difficult and tough to do, and Ava Welty has put on a master class for entry passes so far tonight.
Those 3 assists might be a season high for her.
In fact, on the year, Welty, in terms of assists per game, averages 2.7. So Ava does get a few assists here and there. In fact, she is 4th on the team in that department. Take that back, 3rd on the team behind Edie Morrow and Grace Moyers. And stepping on the line are the Mavericks, and a turnover there. That was Charlotte Brennan. The Mavericks have been shut out since about the 4.5-minute mark. Welty fires another pass just too high for a cutting Alyssa Barnett. Tigers wearing their road blacks here, and they come out with some more pressure. Good trap by Erie. Good find, though, to Griebling, and a steal there. Erie's pressure off to Welty. Right back. Assist number 4, all to Anna Hefner. It's the Welty Hefner hour here on the ETN. And a steal there by Barnett, who tracks back defensively. Tigers putting on a clinic right now. 56 seconds left here in the first quarter. Godino, nice slice to the middle. Can't hit the shot and off of Welty's legs, and that'll be Mead basketball. And how about Welty and Hefner? They have got that connection going on.
The dynamic duo.
And a lost ball out of bounds, and Mead just has not been able to handle this Erie pressure. And 42 seconds left here in this first quarter. Thought we might see a Mead timeout a little bit earlier, but I think at this point you're just waiting to get to the end of the quarter to change things up. Now Morrow has along the arc. Great feed to Moyers. Can't finish, but man, the Tigers' passing is so good right now. Now Moyers a step back three. That's short. Rebounded away and thrown up the floor. Mavericks open look, and they score here with 23 seconds left in the period. That's their first bucket in nearly 4 minutes. Now Hefner off to Godino. Nice find for Morrow. Little up and under. Can't quite get it to go. Had the little scoop going. That's one of those. Is another chance here before the buzzer and a make. And so Mead closes out the quarter nicely. And they still lead it, or Erie still leads it 13-9. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network. And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network, as we roll into the second quarter. A little flurry of scoring by the Mavericks to close the quarter. But the Tigers still on top, and it was 8 points in the first quarter by Anna Hefner. All assisted by Ava Welty, all 4 field goals. And now Mead will bring it up the floor here. Top of the arc, left side dribble are the Mavericks, and a foul called here on the entry pass. And they're gonna call that on Edie Morrow. First personal, only the 3rd team foul on Erie now. Pretty clean first half. Typically we see, at least in the girls' games, the foul totals kind of inflated a little bit, Grayson, is what I typically notice. Is there's a travel off the catch, just changed the pivot foot. That time was Griebling. But the last couple games seems like have been low foul affairs. Fun to see, makes it a little bit quicker paced. Morrow has it on the right wing near the timeline. Crossover dribble, great move into the paint, couldn't quite finish the layup. Too strong off the glass, but the Tigers get the offensive rebound. Now Moyers, she's only attempted 1 3. She'll drive in. The runner with the right hand is good, and Grace Moyers has her second bucket. Grace, the sophomore, who averages 16.8 a game, playing with a lot of confidence, still there by Godino. Nice no-look pass to Hefner. Oh, can't finish. Great no-look pass there by Godino, and Hefner didn't have enough on it. Tigers actually struggling a little bit with their layups here tonight.
That pass didn't come from Ava Welty. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, that was the problem for her. I think Anna has a deal with Ava. Up to Deb. Altschuler will pull up. That's too strong off the back iron. Rebounded, though, by Hefner. Bounces off to Morrow. Jumper from the elbow. That softly falls off the right side, and the rebound will go to Erie. Not last touched out of bounds by Marr. And now Hefner will come out. Barnett in. Box play here for the Tigers now. Godino with it. G will fire the 3. That one rattles out. No made 3s so far for the Tigers. Quickly go the Mavericks in transition, and there's some fast break points. And that's how Mead is scoring their points. In fact, I believe 6 of their 11 points have been scored on the fast break. Godino off to Barnett from the right side, and she gets it. Our X factor on the board for tonight, Alyssa Barnett, the only senior on this team. Oh, that was almost made by the Maverick, and then Grace Moyers gets the rebound and puts it up and in. It was a pass across the lane by Marr, and she almost put it in the Erie bucket. That'd have been a sight to behold. I don't know that I've ever seen that.
The only time I've seen a player from one team make it into the opponent's basket was actually in a DU North Dakota State game when a player threw it backwards as they were falling out of bounds for a 3. That highlights somewhere on YouTube.
And so they count that as a 3? How do you count that?
The player was,
I know, but if you're
falling out of bounds from the three-point line and threw it in, and they
so
counted
they count
it as a
3. Wow, interesting. Grayson Blaylock bringing the trivia here as Barnett will pick up her first foul. Team 4th for the Tigers. And to the line for the first time tonight are the Mavericks, and that's Maddox Boston, and she hits the first. Fans, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can like the Erie Tiger Media Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at Erie Tiger Media. You can even like or follow our new Instagram. Don't forget to like this YouTube video and subscribe to the Erie Tiger Network as well. And if you hit the notification icon, you'll never miss a game. So now Moyers will bring it up here for the Tigers after the missed free throw. Grace has only attempted 1 3. She has been on fire as of late. In her last 4 games, she has hit over 20 threes. In fact, that number's closer to 25 as there's a little right-handed runner in the lane off the window by Maddox Boston. Her first bucket, and all of a sudden Mead is back within 5. Good, tough rebound by Barnett, and that layup is up and good. Well, if our formula holds true, with 4 points for Barnett, the Tigers are bound to win there. 12-0 when Barnett has 4 points or more on the season. Grayson's looking at me saying, isn't it 3? Well, she hasn't scored 3 points. 2 or less. 2 or less, 0-2. Now Welty will walk it up. Godino will fire the 3, and the lefty hits. And so Godino's on the board. That's her first bucket. And Godino gets the steal. Moyers out ahead, but Godino's going to throw the no-look to her, and Moyers draws the foul. That's going to be charged, I think, to Abby Miller. No, and that is not Abby Miller. In fact, we just got confirmation that it is Jocelyn Veltine. So we will change that. Didn't have her listed on the roster, plus all their numbers are really weirdly constructed on the roster anyways, as that shot is up and in by Moyers. And that layup is up and good from underneath by Boston, her second bucket of the quarter. 10-point lead, though, for Erie. They've gone on a little run here. Welty fires the deep 2. Little bit too strong. Fighting for it is Barnett, and last touch by a Tiger. I think it was Barnett. Tigers have basically been impressed all game as Mead has just struggled to get it over the midline.
Mead's offense has only done well breaking the press with Boston on the floor as Morrow gets a block.
Big rejection there by Edie. Now Welty, who's got 4 assists, will hand it off to Moyers. Fires it for Godino. Great pass. That one is blocked out of bounds. Man, the Tiger passing has been with pinpoint precision here tonight. Haven't finished on all of the great passes, but they have certainly created numerous great looks. Now inbound here to Barnett, and a jump ball called, and the possession arrow points toward Erie.
And an interesting stat for Mead. With Maddox Boston on the floor, no fast break points. Without her, their only points are fast break points.
Barnett missed the first, cleaned up her own miss. She's got 6 now, just below her season average. And a foul coming on Godino. Godino will pick up foul number 5 for the Tigers. That's her first. Now Anna Hefner will check back in. And watch out, Hefner and Welty are on the floor at the same time. Entry pass, double team. Mead working it around, drive into the paint, kick for 3 is no good. Rebounded by Hefner, looking for an outlet. Finds Morrow, ahead to Welty. Welty catches, skips, and stolen. It was a good thought by Welty, just covered up was Barnett. Now wide open for 3, and that one was halfway down before it popped out off the hands of Boston. And now Welty is fouled. That's going to be on Marr. 5th team foul here on the Mavericks. That is the first on Marr. Riebling will check in here. Morrow slices and dices. Tigers trying to feed a pass there. They get the steal and then they lose it. Now fast break opportunity here for the Mavericks. They have scored a bunch of these already, and there's another one. That's really the only thing the Tigers have struggled is they've given up some buckets in transition, and it's back to a 10-point game. Full timeout, so we'll take a timeout as well. 2:29 left to go here in the first.
You are watching the ETN.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. 10-point lead for the Tigers. A little over 2 minutes, or a little under 2 minutes remaining, rather. 1:57, well, 2:29. Blake forgot to stop the clock there during the timeout. We'll give him a hard time for that. So, Tigers will inbound here with Deb. Now Godino, she'll try another 3. That's off the mark. Godino hadn't quite been able to hit but one of those tonight. And a good hustle back play by G. Man, the Tigers have hustled back well on defense. I know they've given up a few transition buckets, but they've also gotten a few pretty solid steals and blocks just hustling back.
8 of Mead's 18 are in transition, by the way.
Nice pass low and a good finish. That time, that was Maddie Muntz on the finish, and now it's an 8-point Tiger lead. Dab off to Edie, now to Godino. Kicks it to Hefner. Drives baseline, puts it up with the right hand, and a soft touch by Hefner. She's got double digits here in this first half.
And that one off an assist from Godino.
Last touch by the Tigers. dribble off for, well, it's stolen by Altschuler, beg your pardon. Deb tries to spin as she draws the contact and will get called with the charge. Good finish by Deb, just initiated the contact. And she will pick up her first, team 6th. Mavericks trying to continue to break this press. They have been bamboozled a little bit. Still trailed by double digits. And ball's on the floor. 2 players diving for it, and they'll call a jump ball. Double tie up, and the possession points to Mead. 1:08 remaining here in this first half. Tigers 10-point lead here. And it's Anna Hefner leading the way with 10 points.
Morrow got another block.
Turnover there for the Tigers. And the runner is no good. Godino will drive it up. Tried to split the double team in a block foul called. I think that's going to go against Grebling.
It will.
Her first. Now 3 ball on the way. That's off the mark. 17 seconds left. Mead will score it at the buzzer to end the second quarter, and they have possession here late in this quarter. A drive and a block, or a hack called, rather, on Altschuler. And she quickly picks up her second foul here toward the end of the half. Tigers will have last shot, 7.2 seconds left, as Charlotte Brennan will go to the line. And that one spins out. She hit that one. Somewhere in my stat book, I've given an extra bucket to the Mavericks.
That's why I'm keeping stats too.
7.2 left. Moyers catches near half court. Moyers stops, looks for a teammate. Godino looks up at the clock, drives, draws the contact, can't get the shot to fall, and the half will end. At the end of one half of play, the Tigers lead it by 9. We'll take a break here on the ETN.
Click the search bar on the top right-hand corner of the screen and search up Erie Tiger Network. Click the channel icon and then press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about when we post. Click the thumbs up icon to like the video. To enter full screen mode, press the icon on the bottom right-hand corner. To skip forward or backwards 10 seconds, double tap the left or right hand side of the screen. Press the pause button in the middle of the screen to pause the video. To skip to a different video, press the skip button when the video is paused.
For the card-carrying fan, get your CU Visa debit card so you can take the game with you. Free with First National Bank's free checking.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
There's a beast deep inside you. It will not die.
Ooh.
It will fight back.
Looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Open up a browser and look up youtube.com/Erie Tiger Network. To subscribe, sign into YouTube and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about ETN posts. To like the video, click the thumbs up button on the right hand side of the screen. Use the bar on the bottom of the screen to move and skip parts in the video. To skip forward or backwards, use the arrow keys to move 5 seconds. You can pause the video at any time by pressing the spacebar or clicking with the mouse.
That would be Trey Ward.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Grayson Blaylock here with you as we take a look at the numbers here at halftime. And they look like the following. Gotta make sure. We'll go with the Mavericks first. Charlotte Brennan, she's got 3 points and a foul. Mary Marr, she's been shut out and has a foul. Savannah Greibling, she's got 2 points. Maddox Boston leads the way for the Mavericks with 8. 4 points for Kyra Hahn and 4 points for Maddie Muntz. For the Erie Tigers, Grace Moyers with 8, 4 for Godino, 2 for Ava Welty. She's also got 4 assists, 6 for Alyssa Barnett, and 10 for Anna Hefner. I believe Altschuler is the only player with multiple fouls for the Tigers in that first half of play. Well, Grayson, thoughts on the first half?
Well, it was a good first half for Erie in pretty much every area except for transition defense. And then towards the end of the half, their passing got a little bit sloppy as they tried to force the issue on some that they didn't necessarily need to. But otherwise, a solid half. They did a good job holding the Mavericks without fast break points when Maddox Boston was on the floor. And actually, Maddox Boston and Maddie Muntz, the only players to score from the field that was not on a fast break.
We're watching the boys team for both Erie and Mead warm up here between games, and it has been a dunk session for the Mavericks. I got to tell you, Grayson, my greatest maybe athletic accomplishment was when I was 19 and I nicked rim with my finger. There's some guys out here that are not that tall that are just coming up and throwing down some windmills. So I think the Tigers will have their hands full from an athleticism standpoint here tonight.
Although LaDorian Havard has finally dunked on a broadcast. As Erie was warming up, he dunked with 2 hands as our camera was over there. So we'll have to go back and take a look. And then Kyan Hargrave.
Doesn't count. Got to be in a game.
Well, now we've seen him do it. Now he just has to do it in a game. Kyan Hargrave also threw one down with 1 hand.
Well, there you go. So maybe we'll see. Erie was a heavy, of course there's no betting lines on these games, but I would have said Erie was a double-digit underdog coming into this gym a couple years ago with Will Campbell and Cam McCurry and a junior class that had Jeffrey Farino and Jaden Lucero and all those guys. And they lost by a bucket thanks to a heartbreaking charge call on Cam McCurry as he caught it in the post on a flop major. And that was probably the hottest I've ever been on a broadcast. So you never know. You never know what could happen. You get hot from 3, you come out, you play some tenacious D, get a team a little cocky, there could be an upset. But right now it's all about the girls' game, and we'll see what they can do in the second half after we come back from another timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network. And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network, 9-point lead to start the half. The Tigers will switch. They'll go right to left now on your screen, and they will start with the ball as Morrow gets it right back to Godino, measures up a 3, and can't hit. Tigers, only one made 3 in that first half. Now Mavericks will turn it over. Head to Morrow, good pass from Godino, back to Moyers. Only her second attempt, that's well short. Picked up by Altschuler, spinner, leans back. Looks like Dirk Nowitzki there as she drops it in the bucket for the first bucket of the game for her and the first bucket of the half for the Tigers. Nice feed low. I don't know if that was partially blocked or just missed there. on the short side.
I think Morrow got at least a fingertip on it.
That 3 ball is too strong. Another offensive board. That layup falls off, and Hefner gets the rebound. Now Moyer will push the pace. Grace will carry it, and a turnover call there.
She hesitated just a bit before passing it. That's what drew the call.
Almost could have called her for a walk as well, and now a jump ball called, and that will point in the by the way of Mead. Mead will push the pace here. Into the corner. 3 ball on the way. Mead bench standing up. That's no good, and rebounded by Moyers. And Mead, their first shot of the game was a made 3, and they have not hit one since. And both teams kind of a little sloppy here, and another carry called.
You don't see carries called often, and we've had 2 in the first minute and a half of this third quarter.
Yeah. I actually looked down for a second, so I missed that, and I looked up, saw a whistle, and saw the carry call. So I didn't even notice the carry, as Moyers will bring it off toward the far timeline. Zone defense here. Godino thought about measuring up a 3, drives the push called. That's going to be a hand check foul on Marr. That's her second, team first of the half for either team. And now the Tigers will inbound here with Morrow. Morrow, Moyers, Hefner, Altschuler, Godino to start the half here. Same starting lineup. That shot's off the mark. Hefner looking for help, off to Godino. Catches, drives, knife through the lane, off the window, can't finish. And now a nice rebound there by Hefner, and a tough fall for Muntz. That was a quick jump ball call. Moyers will get it into Morrow. Nice cut there by Godino, and finishes at the rim this time. Nice steal by Morrow. Moyers a quick firing 3. Oh, looked like Steph Curry there. That one just was like a hot potato in her hands, out of her hands, and at the bottom of the nylon. And our graphic is a little frozen here. We'll try and get it reset, as there's another bucket for Erie. And so we'll take a timeout. Tigers, nice little run here to start the quarter.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to CarawayOrtho.com.
And welcome back in. Our scoreboard having a little bit of problems updating. I'll tell you what, folks, we had the issues about every time. It's just a computer error, and not much we can do about it. So the graphics are a luxury when we can have them. Unfortunately, they don't always get synced up for whatever stupid reason. But 39-21 is the correct score. Why it says it's halftime on our quarter, no idea. Another steal by Erie, 3 ball in the way. Tigers have started out the quarter blazing hot. Altschuler with the rebound and put back. Oh man, the Tigers have come out of the locker room on a mission. It's now a 20-point lead. They have started the quarter on an 11-0 run, and still Mead can't score. Mead has not scored this half, and another carry called, the third of the game.
I think that one might have been a double dribble. But just a reversion to the carry call. By the way, an interesting stat, Grace Moyers now leads all of Class 4A in made three-pointers with 44 on the season.
There you go.
And she's second in the state, only to Denver South's Carly Dilworth.
Another jump ball called. This one pointing to Mead. 11-0 run to start the quarter for Erie. And a turnover for the Mavericks. So Mavericks have been bamboozled the first 3 minutes of this half. Now Morrow will take over here for the Tigers. She'll walk it up the court, scans the defense, wings it off to Morrow, off to Hefner. Nice little dribble through, can't finish. And a steal there by Moyers. Shovels it back, gets it back, fires the three. Moyers, oh, that was halfway down before it rattled out. Moyers gets it, drives baseline, the little floater's no good. Rebound is punched back to Moyers, another shot. 0 for 3 on that trip is Grace. She'll be seething after that, and then a travel called on the Mavericks, and right now they can't buy any help. Erie has firmly grasped both hands around this game. Now Godino catches, wide open three, short, knew it was going to be short, followed it up, got her own rebound, gets fouled, and Godino will go to the line. She knew right away, she started heading in, knowing that she left that just a little bit short. And Godino, who is 1 for 2 tonight, 64% free throw shooter on the year, will miss the front end. Godino, 6 points. Godino and Altschuler just a little bit cool here the last week or so. But you know what? You want Godino and Deb and Grace and everyone playing their best basketball right at the end of the year. So I think ultimately a good thing for the Tigers that they dropped a couple to some tough teams. You saw that with the softball team, and look how that turned out. In fact, Alyssa Barnett, the only member of this basketball team who played on the state champion softball team, mentioned that she says the feel around the team is just eerily similar to softball, including a rough patch in the middle of the season after starting off so hot. She says, I just have that feeling again that we had when we were playing softball, and there's Barnett there to score the bucket right on cue. She's got 8. Tigers have still stonewalled Mead through the first half of this quarter, and that is the first bucket. That's the announcer's jinx right there. As Veltine will lay it up and in. Now Godino. Stutter step off to Barnett, hangs and finishes. Barnett's in double digits here tonight. Mead still struggling with this press. I mean, it has been you might remember some of those. I was going to make a reference that I don't think any one of our 18 viewers except the most ardent basketball fans would get. But so far tonight for the Mavericks, it has been 20 and a half minutes of hell. So that is what they have faced with this press for the Tigers. 3 ball on the way. Godino hits from downtown, and Genevieve has now got 10. And the Tigers continuing to pour it on here in Mead. And Ava Welty will pick up the foul. That is the second team foul of the half for the Tigers. Second on Ava as well. A drive, a dish to the short corner. And Mead will restart. And a bucket and a foul that time. And the good entry pass down low, and then the finish by Muntz. And Mead will go to the line. Well, Tiger fans, we'll have the boys game following this. We will have basketball against Frederick on Thursday. That should be a good one. Grayson will be on the call on that one, as that shot is up and good. And a critical stretch here for the Erie boys. The Erie girls kind of not playing some of the tougher opponents in, I'd say, Mead and Frederick. For the boys, though, it'll be a little bit more of a challenge. Those boys' programs a little bit stronger than the girl programs. 3-ball on the way for Deb. Buries it. Deb Altschuler from deep, her first 3 of the game. And in the blink of an eye, Deb suddenly has 7 after being shut out in the first half. Now Mead trying to get it across here. 2:28 remaining here in this first half. Laid off onto the right side. The runner's no good, but the foul called on Godino. I believe it'll be on Godino. And it is. That is her second, team fourth. And to the line go the Mavericks. And that first one is up and good by Greibling. Greibling's got 3, 27, 6 points here in this half for the Mavericks. Tigers with 22. And that one is good.
And that's what makes this Erie team so tough to stop. They can turn on the press at any time, and anyone can score for this team. Moyers with 11, Godino with 9, Altschuler with 7, Barnett with 10, Hefner with 12. You can't stop all of them.
No, on any given night, there are a plethora of Tigers that can absolutely destroy you. Nice fake. Oh, couldn't quite finish, though, as Godino. And then a foul called, I think, on Alyssa Barnett on the rebounding foul. And Barnett will pick up her 3rd foul, team 5th. And now Hefner will check back in here for Erie. And a steal there from Godino. Spins, can't finish with the left hand. The turnaround is no good by Hefner. Tigers trying to swarm the ball. Mead trying to get to fast break points, and that's mostly how they've scored tonight, as they score there. And for Mary Marr, that's her first made field goal of the night, as Anna Hefner gets tagged with a foul.
The foul actually goes to Deb Altschuler.
Yeah.
That's her 3rd. And she said after that one, how was that a foul? She thought that she missed Marr completely.
I think she did. I'm not saying there wasn't contact. I think that came by Anna Hefner, as Marr goes to the line for the 3-point play, and she hits. Now Moyers will race it up the court. Grace, a runner in the lane, too strong. Rebound is tipped out by Moyers, and that will go back to Mead. Little mini run here by the Mavericks. And a timeout for the Mavericks. 1:26 left. Fans, this is our chance to say, please help support us on the Erie Tiger Network. Become a member of our Patreon. Head to patreon.com/Erie Tiger Network. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. You can support us for $100 a month if you're so inclined, but we will take any help we can get that helps pay for playoff rights, our internet streaming on the road, and all kinds of Erie Tiger. It just makes Erie Tiger Network a viable thing. So, 52-31. Erie leads it here with 1:26 left to go in the third quarter, and that has been a dominant performance here in the second half by the Tigers. Gym starting to fill up here for a highly anticipated boys game in which the Mavericks, I imagine this boys team doesn't have too much trouble filling up the gym. They're trouble. One loss on the year. I believe that was to Evergreen.
It was to Palmer at a neutral site.
That's right.
That final was 94-91 in overtime. I believe they combined for around 25 threes in that one.
Good grief. That might be the recipe tonight. Fire 3 balls.
It's the only recipe that's beaten Mead this year.
3 ball on the way, and that one is hit. Mead heating up a little bit here as Greibling hits only the second made 3 of the game for the Mavericks. Morrow will walk it up. Hefner fakes and then lost it. I think it was poked from behind by Brennan, who picks it up. Not the way Coach Pfeiffer will want to finish a quarter. In fact, the Tigers did not finish the first quarter well either. The lead all of a sudden back down to 16. Shots on the way, no good. Rebound by Welty, that putback's no good. Morrow tries to get the rebound, and she's going to get called with the foul. And Morrow now has 3 personal fouls. And it's 1-and-1 bonus time for Erie. I don't know about that one. That was kind of a phantom call.
A ticky-tack call.
Mavericks been solid from the line tonight. 7 of 9 from the stripe. And they're slowly getting back into this game. Still a positive net quarter for the Tigers. They were up by 9 to start the quarter. They're up by 14 right now. And a push called on Greibling. Gribbling. I've had a hard time making out the proper pronunciation of Gribbling's name, but I think I got it now. Godino with 6 left. Spins, looking, fakes the pass. Layup's no good, and that'll do it here in the third quarter. 14-point lead, though, for Erie. We'll step aside, head to our final frame here on the ETN.
You are watching the ETN.
For the card-carrying fan, get your CU Visa debit card so you can take the game with you. Free with First National Bank's free checking.
You are watching the ETN.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Start of quarter number 4, 14-point lead here for Erie, and the officials are talking things over with the Erie team. I'm not sure what that conversation was all about, but all 5 Tigers were talking with an official. Now Moyers will walk it up here, 2-3 zone. Welty catches. Thought about the deep 2. Now will drive in, and Welty, the left-handed runner's off the mark. And up the floor go the Mavericks. Tigers got to stop the bleeding here a little bit. Remember, they were led by more than 20, and now the lead down to 14. And a travel is called. Welty finds Morrow, dials up a deep 2. That's just misses, but an offensive board and an easy putback for Deb. And when you're playing zone, that can happen to you. And Deb just kind of walked in, got an easy layup off a easy rebound. 16-point lead now for the Tigers. Tigers defense, and just a challenge for these Mavericks to get it across half court tonight. Altshuler, BB's one down the floor. Moyer's a little step back, deep 2, I think. Her toe was on the line. Welty gets the board. Hefner wide open, short corner jumper. That's no good. And Mead heads the other way. Erie team, as we mentioned to start the game, 8th in RPI. As that layup is no good. These two teams have kind of started quarters a little bit sluggish. That one is in by Kira Hahn. Her first bucket this half, she's got 6. Welty's shot is off. A lot of players standing around, not crashing the boards. I think both teams acting like they're gonna mail this one home, and that is a good call and a charge as Welty just was run over.
She was waiting for that one.
Yeah. She could have wore cement shoes there, and the cement would have dried, I think, if she had poured them on that trip down. That's how long she had been established.
You mentioned it was Kira Hahn's first bucket of the quarter. Maybe the most impressive thing she's done tonight is hang with Grace Moyers defensively. She's had that assignment when she's been on the floor, and she's held her to one made 3. She's run with her up and down the entire court, and that's a product of 7 or 8 20-point games in a row.
12 points now for Alyssa Barnett, who she has taken some contact on her shots and buried them. Speaking of Alyssa Barnett, I know because one of my golfers sent me a video of Alyssa Barnett's swing. So even though she's never played golf, I'll tell you folks, she's got a good golf swing. So maybe she'll come out here for her senior year. This is my recruiting pitch to her on the Erie Tiger Network. As that one is up and good. Oh, that foul for Erie was on Altshuler. That's her 4th now. As Hahn hits the first one. Adage, don't foul the jump shooter, and Deb made the mistake that time, so 3rd free throw coming for Hahn. And she hits that one. 9 points now for Kyra Hahn. Still a 14-point lead, though, for Erie. And Barnett can't hit that one. Gets contacted again. You know, I don't think she can make it unless there's a little bit of contact down low there. She has 14 points now tonight.
And they'll call a foul down low on Barnett.
And
That's
that is
her
Barnett's fourth, yep. And for Barnett, you know, that's the second game in a row where our graphic players had a very good night.
The good luck graphic?
Barnett's season high is 15 points as she gobbles up that rebound. And she is nearing that here tonight. Runner, oh, the scoop shot. Underhand with the right hand is good by Moyers. She's got 13, kind of a quiet 13, but still 13 for Moyers. Now Barnett's got 14, so one more bucket would be a season high for Alyssa, and if you go back to last year, that would be a career high. She scored 15 points earlier this year against Silver Creek. Now Welty, that's just off the mark. Rebounded by Barnett, gives it to Godino. Welty trying to find the open player. Welty has been very good with the passing tonight, and that one leads to a bucket. And Edie Morrow, that's her first bucket of the game for the sophomore.
Every player that's gotten in for Erie now has scored.
Tigers back up to 20 is the lead, and I think Barnett's going to get called with the foul, and she will. Oh, man, that's a tough one. So she will foul out of the game, 1 point shy of her career high, but what a game tonight for Alyssa Barnett. As now Anna Hefner will check in. In fact, Barnett leads Erie in scoring tonight. Moyers has 13. Hefner has 12. And 10 for Godino, so 4 Tigers in double digits. As that free throw is up and good for Brennan. He continues to be sharp from the line tonight, 11 of 15. As Brennan misses that one. 19-point lead now for Erie. Moyer shovels off, pass down low, Godino, a little turnaround. Strong off the window is Godino with the left hand, and G has got 12. And a turnover there is a steal by Morrow. Fires ahead, Godino catches. Godino tried to lay it off, and a good steal back by Brennan, and now almost could have called a travel there. Fans wanted it. Boston has it into the corner. 3 ball in the way, and hitting from the corner is Hahn. So Hahn had kind of a quiet start to this half, and all of a sudden she's got 12. And that leads all Mavericks. A timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Open up a browser and look up youtube.com/Erie Tiger Network. To subscribe, sign into YouTube and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about ETN posts. To like the video, click the thumbs up button on the right hand side of the screen. Use the bar on the bottom of the screen to move and skip parts in the video. To skip forward or backwards, use the arrow keys to move 5 seconds.
And welcome back in. Erie Tiger Network, 2:45 now remaining. And the Tigers sending in some reinforcements here, as that's a 3-ball off the mark. The second unit here for the Tigers into the game. That shot, by the way, was by Bieber. And a good little move through the lane, just kind of knifing her way was Maddox Boston. That's her first bucket of the half. Now Pickering will push it into the paint. Runner too strong off the iron. Hill couldn't quite gobble up the rebound. And Muntz will push it ahead. Mavericks on the attack here. Greibling shot and a foul on the jump shooter. What'd I say earlier, Grayson?
Don't foul the jump shooter.
Don't foul the jump shooter. And so 3 free throws coming here for Greibling. She's 4 of 4 from the stripe too. You don't want to foul her. Interesting form too, right on her tippy toes. Greibling works. She's 5 of 5. 2 more coming. Erie boys have entered the gym. As that one was just fell out, and Tigers, well, and the Mavericks, I think, forgot there were 3 free throws coming as everyone was ready for the rebound there. Greibling will hit that one. So she's got 14. That leads all Mavericks. Turnover for the Tigers. Mavericks have cut the lead to 14 from 20 since the second unit has been in. Want to see him score. Off-ball foul called on Brennan. It's only the 5th foul of the half for the Mavericks. Now Hill will get it to Pickering. And a steal there. And the layup is good. And a travel call. 1:25 remaining. It's now a 12-point game.
Well, with all the starters, the first 7 in, their stats are final. This will be the first time Moyers has been held to under 20. Maybe in the month of January.
Yeah.
She had 13. Barnett led Erie tonight with 14. Gadino with 12. Hefner with 12. Altschuler was 1 away from having 5 Erie players in double digits with 9. And Morrow and Welty both with 2.
Coach Pfeiffer trying to fire up that second unit here. Got to finish. I think, honestly, if we see another bucket, we might, and if it's quick, we might see some starters come back in. It is close, dangerously close to being back to single digits. And a 5-second violation on the Mavericks.
Welty and Morrow would probably be the first 2 off the bench.
I think now the Tigers showing a little patience now on this possession. And a foul called as that will send, nope, they had a foul to give, was Mead. Boston picks up her 3rd. And a jump ball called. .104 remaining, Mead basketball. You got to go quickly here. And a turnover. Well, Tiger fans, we're going to end our broadcast here right at the conclusion of this one so we can get the boys stream set up, as there's a layup by Brennan, and suddenly it is a turnover, and it's a 10-point game. 44 seconds, making it a little dicey.
Little bit.
Still a 4-possession game, though. A drive, and the layup is good, and all of a sudden, it's an 8-point game. And Erie turns it over. Oh my goodness, it is a 2-possession game with 27 seconds left. Coach Pfeiffer is letting them ride it out here. And a foul called with 20 seconds left. No changes.
Don't know that I like that call.
Coach Pfeiffer looks calm. I think the only ones sweating it out here are the people in the stands. Even the bench looks calm for Erie. Important free throw here. It's a 1-and-1. Make it a 3-possession game. Maybe I'm overstating it. George can't hit. Thrown ahead. Layup, no good. Important rebound that time by Pickering. And they call a jump ball. And luckily the possession goes to Erie, but man, that would have made it a 4-point game. That would have made this quite interesting.
Well, the actual final score and the score that it will have felt like will be two very different things.
Mead will cover the spread, a backdoor cover. So if you found an online sports book that sets Colorado 4A high school girls basketball lines, I'm guessing, and you had money on Erie to cover the spread, I'm guessing you lost that bet on a backdoor cover. But that free throw's up and good by Bieber.
When you find that sports book, Mr. Bird, let me know.
Okay. I'm not sure I'm allowed to mention gambling on a high school broadcast either. So,
well, then I wouldn't be allowed to mention it either.
All right, last shot of the game, and that is just off the mark. So the Tigers win it by 8, a final score of 58-66. Erie wins it. That's going to do it for Grayson, Blake, and McKenna. I'm Brandon. We'll come back at you in just a few minutes for the boys game here on the ETN.